All right, we're back, and here we have day 8. So we're going to be looking at surface area of a cone. So a couple of prisms this time. We did prisms for last time, and then this time we're going to be looking at pyramids. They're pyramids because they look like a pyramid because they have a vertex at the very top. All right, so let's go check out the surface area of a cone. Again, you can go to your formula sheet, and we can look up the surface area of a cone. So surface area is right in the middle. Here we have a cone. Pi r squared plus pi r s. Pi r squared plus pi r s. Right, let's talk about some of these. R is what we call our radius. S is our slant height. It's the height that's slanted. And h will be the height of the cone, which is not a part of the surface. Not a part of the surface area formula. We don't need the height, but we will need the height sometimes in order to find the slant height if it's not given. Again, another really great formula to note is a squared plus b squared equals c squared, which we're going to be using here. And this is the Pythagorean theorem. And that has to do with right angled triangles and trying to find unknown side lengths, which is just like this one here. So find the surface area of a cone with a radius. We have a radius of 2 and a height of 5. So always our first step is to write down the formula. So pi r squared plus pi r s. We know the radius. All right, so let's put that in for r. So pi times 2 squared plus pi times 2. And do we know the slant height? S. S stands for the slant height. And it doesn't look like it, so we're going to have to go find it using Pythagorean theorem. Right, so we have this 90-degree angle triangle right here where we're looking for the longest side. We're going to call that C. Let's name this as A and B. Again, it doesn't matter which one's A and which one's B. So we get C squared is equal to A squared plus B squared. And A here we're going to say is 5, and B is 2, and our C, well, let's just name it as S squared. All right, so let's put these together. Again, this is not 5 times 2. This is 5 times 5 plus 2 times 2. So we get 25 plus 4, which gives us 29. And does that look like a length of 29? Would that make sense? That's 5 and that's 2, that to be 29. No, that does not make sense. So we have to take the square root of it, and we get, just going to round to one decimal place, 5.4. Great, that's S. S is going to be 5.4, which makes sense because it's longer than 5, and it's longer than the value of 2. That's the longest side, so it should be a little bit longer. So 5.4. Great, that is our slant height. So this would be like S is our slant height. Great, let's go put all this together. So if you type this all into your Desmos calculator, you should get 46.5 centimeters squared, right? Because it's surface area. This next one is just asking to find the area of the curved surface. So that means we don't need the bottom. We don't need the bottom circle. So looking at our surface area formula, which is pi r squared plus pi r s, we don't need this one. They only want the curved surface, so that would be the rounded cone part. All right. So we know pi is 3.14, and then we know, 8 is our radius. That's our radius of the circle. Do we know the slant height? Is the slant height 15? Is the height of 15 slanted? No, we don't know what this is. We have to go do the Pythagorean theorem again. So again, we have in this case 8 and 15. So we should get a number that's definitely longer than 15 and also longer than 8. It is not the value of them added together, however. Okay, so just make sure that you're using the proper formula. Here it is a squared plus b squared equals c squared. We're going to add the squares. When we add them, we're going to get the longer side. So we add the squares. So 15 squared plus 8 squared. So 15 squared plus 8 squared, that's 289. Does that make that sense to be 289? No, it does not. It has to be square rooted, which gives us actually 17. We have a C. So this slant height here is 17. So now we know our unknown. Here is 17. Right? So let's put this in our Desmos calculator. Pi times 8 times 17 gives us 427.3 centimeters squared. We have an area of our pyramid. We have a square base pyramid. Again, go check out the formula sheet. The formula sheet says the surface area is b squared plus 2bs. So let's go figure out like where that's from. So b squared is the base. We can see here's the base and here's the base. So if we did length times width to get the base, it'd be b times b, which is b squared. And then how is it only 2bs? Okay, so we can see that s is our slant height, so that's going to be the height, not in the very center, but along the sides of the triangles. That, and that is all s. What's the formula of the area of a triangle? Well, the area of a triangle is base times height divided by 2. So this would be like your height of s, your base of b divided by 2. All right. But how many triangles are there? That would be only for one. We've got 1, 2, 3, 4 triangles. So if we multiply that by 4, let's go figure out what this is. Well, this is b times s times 4 divided by 2. Okay, well, the 4 and the 2 can be divided to give us 4 divided by 2, 2. So we get b2, b times s. Hey, that's what that is. So there's 4 triangles. That's why we go to BS. All right, let's go figure out the surface area here. So surface area again, our step 1 is to write down the formula. B is the outer edge of the square. That's B. So that would be 36. So we get 36 squared here. Plus the 2 stays the same. Again, we can see that B is 36. So times 36. And I think we're given the slant height here. Yeah, it's 30. So times 30. Let's just go type this all into our Desmos calculator and some calculator work. We get 3, 4, 5, 6 meters squared. Not too bad. Then we have the surface area of a sphere. So the surface area of a sphere, we're going to do an awesome activity after the test on Thursday, all about the surface area of the sphere. So I'm not going to give away how to get the surface area of the sphere. I'm just going to give you the formula now, but you're going to see how that, why this has a 4 in it on Thursday. All right, so just trust me with this. Trust me that this is the formula, and we're going to go calculate the formula, the surface area, and it's also asking for the volume of a sphere. So the volume of a sphere is 4 pi r cubed divided by 3. Again, where can you find those? Right on the formula sheet. 4 pi r squared and is our surface area, and 4 pi r cubed divided by 3 is our volume. This is the only volume that has a cubed in it. So just make sure that you notice that. So let's go figure these ones out. So surface area is equal to, we want to find the surface area and the volume, so let's write down their formulas. Oh, a diameter. What do we have to do when we see a diameter? We have to chop it in half, divide it by 2. All right, so we have 7.5 divided by 2. That gives us 3.75. So we have 4 pi 3.75 squared. Again, go put that in your Desmos calculator. You should get 176.7 centimeters square. And for the volume, we have 4 pi and 3.75. This time it's going to be cubed divided by 3. I'm going to go put this one into my Desmos calculator. 4 pi 3.75. All right, and then I have to use this button to get a cubed. Move over. See how the cursor was up? Now I'm moving it over. Divided by 3. 220.9. What's the units? Centimeters cubed. All right, so you have lots of mastery practice from both day 7 and 8. If you have any questions, please let me know.